Yo, is my mic on? Let me check right quick. Also, let's get that Twitch done. I might just need to change my Twitch description right quick. Yes, sir, here we go. I hope my mic is actually on. Let me just check that right quick. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, now just check the quality. I got time today. I was finna buy a new mic. I just hopped by a media outlet here in my town. Thought they had some mics because they had them online, but they didn't have it there. You can only order it. So basically, I was going there for no reason at all. Didn't have it there. You can only order it. So basically, I was going there. Wow, is my mic so loud, or is it really my order it? So basically, I was going there. Bro, my mic is insanely loud. Okay, this one finally works, right? Because I had the impression that my mic was not really working and not really doing pretty well, and I had this hiss in the background, like this constant hissing and all that shit. You know what it is. Seems like it's better. Let me just double check. Then hissing and all that shit. You know what it is. Seems like it's better. Let me. Crazy, it finally works. Why? What the fuck? I was about to buy a new mic because that one was super hissy. Yeah, but it seems to work. Okay, so big ups to everyone in chat today. I am going to mix your songs again. I am doing free mixing. For all of my subscribers, everyone that watches my streams and all that shit, you know what it is. If you want to have a free mix, just check the description. It is pretty simple. All you have to do is like and comment under 4 videos, I think, and you're eligible to get a free mix. There is even my Discord. There is my email if you want to send me stuff, if you want me to review your stuff. If you want to listen to the quality of my mixes to see how good I am, check out my songs. Obviously, I make industry level mixes in all different genres. I make it all from rock to metal to dark wave to pop to R&B to trap to rage, underground, hyper pop, Lord knows everything, right? So whatever you want, I'll try the best to get it done, right? And we are starting with a mix from Momo. He actually requested that first, so he will be first today. Then we'll go to Burst and so on and so on. So I have a couple of clients already coming up, but of course there will be more. So this is the first song that I was sent. It is from Momo, frequent watcher of my streams and day one fan, I would say. So I'm glad I finally get to do stuff for him. So he even sent that master looking crazy looking master, I'm not gonna lie. So everything that he sent over looks insane, and I'm not really sure if I mean that in a good way. It is just over the top clipped. Everything is insanely loud. Some of these things are double. So some of these are double, just one being longer than the other one. I kind of hate it when I get stems like that, but it is the way it is, right? So I gotta figure my way through this and see what I can use and what not. So yeah, it seems like we gotta start from the very beginning, and we just need to make sure we got everything where it needs to be. I like to be very organized. I like to have everything structured, color-coded, you know what it is. So I'll do that, right? I'll start with organizing how every good mix session should start, in my opinion. Yeah, so let's get some instruments. My instruments are color-coded in red. Bass is color-coded in blue. This glockenspiel is insanely loud. I cannot believe this is the way it should be almost. It seems completely out of context. Not even the transients seem to align, so this is... I'm curious what this song will be. Momo showed it to me yesterday, but I already forgot what the song sounds like, actually. So we got some hi-hats. I want to give you a look at my mixer matrix so you see my routing actually. That might help you understand what I'm doing. Kick from Hell is a very cool name. It's also weirdly cut off, so it just ends here. Seems very odd. It ends before the final beats. Let me check the master to see if that's intended. Yeah, the master cuts here. So... okay, I feel like everything past this point is just redundant and needs to be cut. At least it seems. We'll find out. I'll keep that master for a reference mix though. I'll just make it white from the color coding. Yes, sir. We get some vocals. 2 different vocals. So we got a vocal bus, seemingly with all the effects, and we have dry vocals, at least that is what it seems like. I'll just route him to channel 70, which is my usual approach to doing it. I got some risers. Cool, so we structured everything. Did I route everything? No, I forgot the bass, right? Yes, sir. Here we go. So now we got everything routed, and we can finally start the mixing. Okay, so let's have a listen to the song without no processing to it, and have the vocals muted also, so we can focus on the yo, what the fuck, possible Banny waiter. What's his message, bro? Yo, bro, I just wanted to show you real love for your stream, because you're genuinely got crazy potential, and I'd love to connect with a top Twitch streamer who pulls thousands of live viewers and has over 3 million followers. He actually helps small creators. What sub internet, right? And loyal supporters who sub gift internet. If you're interested, add him on Discord and tell him Quatri sent you. This could be the push your stream needs. Bro. I got an honest question for you, bro. I have an honest question for you. Has this shtick ever worked? Have you ever got anyone with this? Did anyone ever fall for this? For real, not like I'm dead ass, bro. Did that ever work? Or what? Crazy. So yo, what's good, Shaker? Sorry, I was just reading this crazy ass message I got on Twitch. How you doing, bro? Today we're mixing Momo's song. Let's actually listen to the raw draft that he sent me.
Momo, you so cute.
Okay, couple of things here. Shaker, like Shaker says, I actually love the vibe. I fuck with the overall structure and everything. Sound selection seems on point. I know that's Momo's shtick to be like very atmospheric. Just a couple of things. So first off, this bass guitar is super weird. It is super weird. It is overly dynamic. It seems like it's phase shifted. I don't know, it's like crazy ass bass guitar. I don't know why you picked that and where you even have that from. It seems like you modulated the phase on it. I'm not even sure if you wanted that or not. I don't know what all these zones are supposed to mean. Crazy. The choice of kick is very unusual. Let's say that it almost has no initial transient. It kind of fades in. Very unusual choice of kick. But obviously I will keep everything. This is not me producing, this is me mixing. I will keep your vision the way you want it. I'll just try to enhance it. I just want to talk a little bit about the choices that were made here. Another choice that was made here is to make everything with a scent on it. So everything is already reverbed, which is alright, I guess. So you kind of picked your own reverb that you want to have for the song, but it's usually not cool. You could have just told me to make it very atmospheric and reverbed, or tell me which reverb to use and let me handle all the blending of the dry and wet. That would be more efficient, because now I can only do so much. If I mix your stems now, or your track outs in that case, I will also mix the reverb that is baked into it. Next big problem that I see are the keys, which seem super weird, also like phasey a little bit, and have a very strange knock. Just listen to that. Can you hear that almost spark? I don't know how to call it, like this electronic spark, like this little, I don't know how to say, like the transient is kind of like dirty. It is like, there's like a sparking transient to it, which is not very cool. It actually sounds horrible on the transient. So the keys sound very good, don't get me wrong. So the arrangement, everything, this is me just nitpicking, right? Everything is super vibey. I love your structure. I love your sound selection, all that. It's just like some minor mistakes in the fidelity and like some choices of the sound itself. It might just be an export thing. I don't even want to blame you or anything. It is just, you know, it's kind of like a noise oscillator was linked to it whenever the transient hits. Like you got like a transient following noise generator or something like that. Very weird. I don't know if I can actually fix it. First things first, this is way too loud. So if you have a look at your Wii U meter, I don't know if you use that, but a Wii U meter is a very good thing to use just because it gives you a sense of how much headroom you still got and how hard you drive your processors and all that shit, if you feel me. And if you hit with your keys more than 0 dB Wii U, you mostly have no headroom left for your full mix. Which just means these keys are too loud, gotta get them down. Still too loud. From the transient, I just feel like they are so fucking transient heavy. And also this little sparkle on the transient is really not doing us a favor here on this mix. So we are going to, what do? We are going to Add a transient shaper probably. Just kill a little bit of the transient. I still don't know if I can get rid of this electric pulse. Yeah, I feel like it's only in the top end. Yeah, I got it. So if I do this, I can get rid of the pulse. I can only do so much, and then I'll just cut the mid-range, because we don't want to cluster our mid-range so much with the first instrument. You know, you heard it. Like, come on, you heard how much stuff there is in this beat. And if we already let the keys take all the mid-range, we'll just be left with a clusterfuck of muddiness, right? So give it a more reverb, just a touch, because it's already very reverbed on its own. The next thing that we're going to do is add a slight delay. So we did all the fixing first, and now it's time to do all the improvement stuff. Next thing will be a tape. We're going for the oxide tape recorder. Try to get these colorful keys kinda. Let's try that one. Should have gain stage a different, like this. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like what it does. Also, let's get that other delay. So I have one more thing, if I find it. Yeah, it's that one. It's like an Echo Boy with a super cool delay setting. Okay, so I'll just blend that. Just makes it more spacious, really vibey, and I feel like that's what he wants with his stuff. Other than that, we're going to go for a tube setting, so we have it. So we are going to use a very hard tube unit and send things to it. Just slightly. Just a touch, right? To get an even warmer signal. And again, we're gonna roll off the low end a little, or the low mids. Just a touch, right? 2 dB is sufficient here. Cool, so now we already have some pretty big sounding keys. I might even exaggerate on the reverb, just because I know Momo wants it. Also for my reverb sense, already telling by the song, I will get rid of most of the reverb on the lower mids. It's like night and day. Though I want to keep it a little, like this. Make sure to use linear phase if you work on buses, because you will fuck up your phasing. Okay. Very beautiful guitar that probably doesn't need too much mixing at all. Might keep the mid-range on this guitar. Let it dominate the mid-range. I just want to cut it off because it's like ridiculous. It got a ridiculous build-up in mid-range. That is not really profitable. Just very clustering, generally speaking. But overall, I want to keep that mid-range. And I just want to get rid of a little bit of this harshness here. Just doesn't sound very good. Way better guitar. Same thing here. I want to reuse that movement that we had from the reverb. That's the wrong unit. Here we go. Make it even more washy and big, right? So another thing that I want to go for is, again, the delay as well as this tube that we set up. The guitar with tube, obviously it's a match made in heaven, right? Too much tube. Too much level, I feel. So actually the Wii meter is not triggered enough. That means we just gotta clip it up and move the fader down. Nah, we're approximately there. Pretty clean signal. Next thing that we want to do is make the piano go away in the mid-range soon as the guitar comes in. So we have that space in the mid-range, right? Very important, because if we cluster all the mid-range again, we will have no chance to get a clean mix, right? So I'm going to utilize this and probably open up the top end a little bit like this. So yeah. So whenever the guitar plays, I want the keys to get out of the way. So I use like a complementary filter. Cool. Perfect. Perfect. It's just such a slight change, but it's such a big impact. It's like only 3 dB and a 2 dB boost on top, giving that back. We might even do this just to get that level back. Also, I always like to see a nice pair of tits in my EQ. That makes me happy. So here we kind of do the same thing. We just roll it off slightly here and give it back here. Cool. Let's check the other instruments that come in, like this pad. Not a big fan of this pad. Firstly, it feels a little out of key. No, it's not really out of key, but when it slides from one note to the other, it kind of hits tones out of the scale, so way too mid-range heavy, way too low, basically living in the low mids again, clustering the whole mix. Not a big fan of that low end build-up. Just gotta go for a drastic filter. Check the Wii U. I thought so, it's pretty loud. Get it a little lower. Really not a big fan of it. I will try to make it fill the side image more than the mids. Another trick that I want to try is opting out for more side image information. Though I probably already got enough side image. Not a big fan of this big ass bump, really. Not a big fan of that 200, 230. Really clustering. Yo, Ash, what's good? How you doing, bro? I'll go down 12 dB. I have to, sadly. Usually I don't like to make extreme dB movements, but sometimes you just gotta. Okay, so bring back that guitar and the other instruments. Find the balance, obviously try to level. Okay, let's see what else he cooked. Sounding very beautiful. Again, way too mid-range heavy though. Filling out that complete mid-range in an extreme amount. I don't know what's up with this song. Can you make music by raw vocals? So you feel like if I if I can start making a song out of vocals or like a vocal sample. I mean, I can do both. I had beats where I started with only a vocal sample. I had beats where I had my vocal idea first and then made the beat around it. One song being Supersized Dreams. So I have this song that is called Supersized Dreams, right? Where I first wrote the lyrics and, you know, like, how do I say, like, I first had the lyrics and I had the flow and then I made the beat around it. Let me just show you that song. Because I feel it's a very good song. Still to this day, I get messages saying, bro, this song is so tough. Let me just show you that song.
Dreams, vivid and clean, feeling so real it keeps you asleep. I had a dream, deep as the sea, let me see sketches of happiest scenes. But back in the streets, the devil will preach, while we be scheming as easy as ever. We've been a team since we were teens, taking the patterns of those supersized dreams. I had a piece, bring it with me to the meet and agree. Didn't it seem that we received all just the sweetest of things? And didn't this mean it's silly to feed us the seed of your greed? American dream you made youngins believe. We gotta die trying and I'll take the lead, chasing supersized dreams. I see, dream of diamonds on your neck, drip so I see, well won't you deny me, yeah. My feels, I've been on the grind just for me to find peace. Feels like shit ain't changed, yet you say it does. See me falling down, when the way it was. Got me up and then I took so much just like you did in mine. I've been denied, I've been declining, now see me grinding for them supersized dreams. I see, dream of diamonds on your neck, drip so I see, well won't you deny me, yeah. My feels, I've been on the grind just for me to find peace. Chasing supersized dreams, eh, they hide greed. Choking down your neck, well then you forget to breathe. On those supersized dreams, eh, your dreams, your dreams, your dreams.
This is my favorite Neuro song. Yo, for real? Is that true? If I sang a song, can you make music by it? Yes, of course. Of course I can. I did that for this. I did it for Savannah. I feel like a lot of you guys know that I work very close with Savannah. I basically made all her songs around her vocal. So I had my guitar, because she's more like a classical singer. And she had me, so she showed me her lyrics, she sang the melody, and I was like, okay, I think this chord might go well, this melody might complement it, these drums might be good, this instrument we can build around. Of course I can do that, yeah. I feel like that's a very important thing to have as a producer. Yeah. So, that being said, let's keep going here on Momo's song. So today we're mixing Momo's song. Again, today is a mixing stream, so we are not making things ourselves, but rather reacting to things that people sent to us. So we take the hat of the mixing engineer, try to fit the role as good as we can. Here we go. Not really sure about this glockenspiel, I'm not gonna lie. So most of the sound feel very unnatural to me, but I will still try to retain the vision as good as I can with two units. One will be an RC retro color in parallel, the other unit will be the oxide tape, my very trustful, you know what it is. I will also go with that key setting that we already had, but kind of with a more crunchy setting, try to press it against the tape as hard as I can. Try to hit that 0 dB, you know what it is. Try to get it up again. Retro color feels nice, though it could have way more color, so I might just increase the blend. Feel like it's not strong enough. Let's try to go for a more aggressive setting. Increase the value. Cool thing would be to make them move a little left and right, to not have everything in the center, right? So let's just move it a little. Okay, so right now it's only hitting in the left side almost. So let's try to find a workaround. I was humming a beautiful foot hook, but then I forgot it. That is one of the biggest mistakes you can do. Trust me, bro. Always, if you have an idea, record it. Always record your ideas. Just today I wrote some lyrics. Just today I wrote down some melodies and all that. Even though my sketches are trash, you don't get me wrong, so I just sing a random ass melody and all that shit, right? Just do it. Just go to your phone, record all your ideas. So it's not really good, right? I just want to have the melody down. I just want to write down the bars as quick as I can, like for this song. I only had that idea. I want to make a song that is called Angels, right? And that feels like saving me from a dark place or whatever. And I just wrote down these bars. I crossed the hell gate. How can I see angels? I cried 1,000,000 times, so why am I now still alive? And all that shit, right? And just get that melody down. You should always do that. Okay, now we have one of the plug hits left, one of the plug hits right. Really cool. Again, make it more atmospheric and reduce the transient, because we got so much transient information in this instrumental. You know what I mean? So every instrument is very transient heavy, very much up front, other than the pad. So the pad is the only thing that is kind of in the back, but everything else is fighting for the space up front. So the mix is very dangerous. It's kind of almost bloated with only 3 instruments. But I feel like I did a beautiful mix, as beautiful as I could. Okay, we have another segment of the glockenspiel I be noticing. Again, very bottom end heavy. I'll just copy over the glockenspiel filter that we had. So it's basically playing the same thing as the other one. So I just want to make it panned. So when one is to the left side, I just want to have the other one be at the right side. So yeah. So I have one thing coming from the right side when the other one is on the left side. And also I want to make the top one be wider than the bottom one. That also helps quite a bit. Okay, I feel like I got the instrumental mix as good as I had. Now let's have a look at this hellish bass. What the hell is even that bass? Insane upper mid heavy. So everything in this mix is so mid heavy. We got so many mids. It is completely clustered. I just try to clean them as good as I can. How many bars is does a good verse have? I mean, it depends on obviously like the flow, right? So if you have a very slow singing flow, let's say you're singing a ballad or a pop song or anything, you can have like 8 lines of text in each line only have 6 words and you're done with the whole verse, just because it's so slow from the singing. But then it gotta be very heavy from the meaning and very poetic usually. So you don't want to say, I fuck your mom, yeah, I fuck your dad, yeah, right? So that doesn't make sense. You gotta have good bars if you want to have only a few bars with a lot of meaning. If you have a rap verse, for example, and you have a pretty standard flow, you kind of want to have 16 bars. That's why they call it a mean 16 or just 16 bars, right? You want to have 16 bars with very good rhyme. So if you write raps, usually it's about rhyme game, right? And double entendres and all that shit. So it's about witty lines, about a good pen. Then you should have like more bars. You can also make like short staccato flow, but that's not the norm. Like, for example, bling, diamonds, chains, swing, go, slide, do it, night, time, pass, every day, every night, I'm outside. Could also work, right? But it's usually not a go-to. Usually you want to just have pretty long bars like, I was outside, getting it right. I don't know, son, I'm doing all night. Moving my time, I've been passing it right. I don't know, son, and I'm better than by. Then, if you want to go for a crazy flow, you can have like a double time. And then you need twice the amount of bars, which is like 32 bars. Kind of like in Supersized Dreams, where I have this double time flow constantly on the verse. With like, do you notice dreams, vivid and clean, feeling so real it keeps you asleep? I had a dream, deep as the sea, let me see sketches of happier scenes, but back at the streets, the devil would scheme, while we be moving as easy as ever. Patterns of the supersized dreams, I had a piece, bring it with me to the meet and agree, and all that shit, right? So it depends on your flow, right? 16 is like enough for one verse, but usually you don't want to have the verse so little. That might work for a pop song or for a pop trap song, but usually in rap you want to have the verse be long. Because you want to talk your shit, right? In rap, it's about rapping, right? It's about flexing with your bars or telling stories or whatever, right? So usually you want to have 2 verses kind of stacked to another, like 16 bars and another 16 bars and all that shit, right? And then for the hook, you kind of want to have 16 bars. Or a double hook. Usually you want to have a double hook. You feel me? So yeah, it really depends on what you're trying to do, right? But so these are just rules of thumb that we have. Yo, Momo, I'm mixing your song right now. So it seems like we already did the Lord's work when it comes to the instruments. Now let's go to the drums. First of all, this kick is ridiculous. This kick is ridiculous, really. I don't know where you found that kick. It is so bass heavy. It doesn't have no knock almost. I kind of cannot boost what's not there. Therefore, I'm going to saturate first and then boost. I put it at 300 to emulate a sidechain. Oh, so you sidechained the bass? No, you sidechained the bass to the kick. Am I seeing that right? Okay, so whatever. I'll just try to make it work. I need some parallel clipping on that kick. I just need some parallel clipping on it. I really gotta find a way to save that kick. Save the kick. Try to go for a multi-band clipping approach. Shit. You might press it dynamically against the clipper. I want a longer melody. Do you remember a video where two guys play piano on airport? It's giving me the same vibes. Oh, is it like that? Is it that one? I mean, there are probably a lot of videos where two guys play piano at the airport. I think I did what I could to that kick. Let me just put an additional sidechain on this. Probably the kick is way too low and heavy, so I might go for one more filter and try to get rid of this very low end quite a bit. I really want to get rid of it as much as I can. Okay, let's check the other drums. Let's see what we got. Top end is way too bright. Open head is too low and heavy. Stick is way too loud. That cymbal is way too loud. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much did I fuck up? From a production level, 0. So from a production level, you did everything right. From a mixing level, it was just a little clusterfuck of frequencies, but it is nothing that cannot be fixed. So I don't know, 5? Like, not too much. Not too much. The video is called Improvising at Train Stations in Paris. I gotta check that out. It is nothing that cannot be fixed. So actually 0. Actually 0. So if you let's say you have a mix engineer, then 0. You just send it to the mix engineer, he does it for you, right? So yeah, so there is no mistake that couldn't be fixed. Yeah, like I said, I tried to keep your vision alive. I tried to keep everything as good as I could. Try to make it very atmospheric. Also the stick I will try to make more atmospheric, as well as this clap that you have. Did you see I labeled the tracks like you asked? Yes, I was just a little confused with the vocal and some things. In the beginning I was a little confused with some things, but now I got everything done. In the beginning I was like, ah, god damn, but it was not that hard. So yeah, therefore I could be very efficient, I could be very fast with your mix, try to get everything done right. Gotta get way more looking. Not a big fan of this low-end boost, so let's just get rid of that. The side image low-end boost, I'm not a big fan of this. Let's actually try to get up this area here, especially either the 700 or the 2K. One of those I will boost. Let's just see what is better. Big fan of the 900 here in that case. I'm a big fan of the 900 boost, though the 2K feels super it gets a fidelity way up. Okay, so I am a big fan of the 2K. My only concern is the snare getting too aggressive here. Let's go back to the 900. Hey yo, Guitar Rest, yo, how you doing, broski? What's good? What's poppin', bro? Yeah. Momo says he doesn't know. You just gotta tell me how you like it. So Ash, for example, says get the xylophone up. So right now you're my client, Momo. Do you like the mix that I made for you? Let's actually compare it to your own mix that you had. Where is your draft? So this is your rough, I think.
She's a word, even the ones in my head. You say my cold as ice. Ain't I ever rode a storm inside my brain when the clock hit beat. Ever losing light, sick beast. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. She's a word, even if I don't exist.
So in your mix we got this very clusterfuck of muddy frequencies that I just tried to control. Overall, the drums are pretty weak, which is not really good for a song like this, which feels pretty trappish or rapish. Even though if it's pop, don't get me wrong, it uses these trap drums sort of, and you usually want to have them. Even in pop, you want to have your drums loud. There's like, this is like a big no-no.
My fight, couldn't run from the abyss.
What is cool, what is very good about the rough is the vocal sits pretty well, so it's pretty upfront and pretty loud. You want to have that, right? Other than this, we are doing good. Yeah, so let's check back to our mix, what we have so far. I want my drums to damn near be clipping. That's not a bad approach. You mean you gotta think about you are mixing into a final limiter or clipper anyway, so we'll get anything down. Sage, what mic you used. So, I mean, yeah, you say Ash might be right. At the end of the day, it's your song, bro. If you want the glockenspiel to be louder, I will make it louder. It is your song, like, again, it's not about me, it's not about my feelings or whatever. I can just make the song sound as good as I can from my own ears, right? I just can get it to a professional level from my ears, but some things are just taste or preference, right? Some people would mix the hi-hats louder, some people will mix the glockenspiel louder, some will have a louder bass, some will have a louder kick drum, kinda. So some things are just preference, and if you say you want to have your glockenspiel a little louder, then I will do that. So let's actually do that right now. Let's go to the glockenspiel, which is this, and make it louder. I made it louder. Let's see how it fits. Accidentally I made the lower ones louder. I actually wanted to make the upper ones louder, so let's just change the balance. So from the beat perspective, I am completely done. Only thing that I'm missing are the vocals. I see you sent me two things. One is a vocal bus and one is normal vocals. Let's just check the difference.
Loves my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Loves my fight, couldn't run from the abyss.
Okay, so I will use these because they feel a little less mixed already, but they already got some decent mixing to them, so I'll just change the overall balance a little bit and add some effects. Yeah, you only made one half of the Glocken louder. There are two patterns there. Yes, sir, that's what I said. I accidentally made the lower ones louder rather than the upper ones. Again, I did what felt right to me. I did what I felt better from my perspective. If you want me to make anything louder, just say so. If you want to have both louder, I will make both louder. If you want to have them quieter, feel free to speak your mind. Now it's good, thanks. Okay.
Love's my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time her heartbeat twists. And I say change the world, but I'm stuck inside the mist. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time her heartbeat twists. I've been floating through the void where the echoes collide, looking for a way out, nowhere left to hide. I see you down there hurting, right here my flame. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time her heartbeat twists. And I say change the world, but I'm stuck inside the mist. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time her heartbeat twists. I've been floating through the void where the echoes collide, looking for a way out, nowhere left to hide. I see you down there hurting, right here my flame, mixing up the force, trying to keep me in the game. I know you fear the silence like a ghost in your chest, but
Didn't add your key to the sample, that's also not good. In that case, I gotta find the key myself. But I will do that. G minor actually is the key here. G minor. Okay, so I just want to give you a slight touch of autotune. Just a little.
Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time her heartbeat twists. And I say
There is no way. What? You and Juice are Starborn? That is actually crazy. RIP, bro. What? What, bro? Okay. Then I'm really thankful I was the one who could make this today for you. Super fire. Super fire. Next is Heat. Hey, yo, Patrick. What's good, my boy? How you doing? What's poppin'?
Momo, you so cute.
Actually, we need way more reverb and delay throw on that sound tag. Patrick, was good. I'm fine. How about you? Bro, I just dropped my beat in Discord. I need some feedback. Okay. Love the piano. By the way, my guy Momo, just one thing obviously, since if you want me to mix, if you want to be eligible for a mix, you have to, I wrote it down in the description of the video. So if you look at the video, there are some steps for you to do. Pretty simple stuff. You just go to this Alchemy EP playlist. So here it says to be eligible, just like and comment on these videos. Press this, it will take you to this playlist. Just comment under these videos and like them if you haven't already. Yeah, this is like the requirement if you want a free mix. So it is still free, right? All you have to do is give me support, which is also free to do, right? And it's, I would say it's the least you could do to help me. Okay, so basically that being said, I think I'm done with this song. So I will ask you, Momo, if you want any changes still, if you feel happy with the result, because if you do, I will ship it. If not, obviously I can still change some things. Yeah, here we go.
Momo, you so cute.
Yeah, I was born on the second. You say my gold is ice. Fighting demons in my head. Rolling loaded dice. Every step that I brought was a piece of my pain. Every line I ever wrote, a storm inside my brain. When the clock hit 3, everything began to fade in the old lawn room. Man, I wish I would have stayed. Part of me, that like a star losing light, slipping through the shadows, losing every fight. And I said, change the world, but I'm stuck inside the maze. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss.
One thing that I noticed, soon as the vocal drops, so as soon as we hit that main drop, right, your vocal goes a little bit under, which just means I gotta automate it so it goes up a little.
Part of me, the light, losing every fight. And I said, change the world, but I'm stuck inside the maze. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time your heartbeat twists. And I say, change the world.
So that's the only difference that I got him made. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with my work here. I hope you are too. I don't know, again, if you want any changes, feel free to say so. I think we are good though. Could do a bit more autotune. I'm not good at vocalist things. Alright, if you want more autotune, I will do that for you. Just a bit more, you say, so I will not exaggerate, I'll just go a bit. If you, again, want some more after these changes, just say so and I will do even more autotune on them. Okay, so right now I just made them, yeah, pretty much more. Let's say if you like them or not.
Yeah, I was born on the second. You say my gold is ice. Fighting demons in my head. Rolling loaded dice. Every step that I brought was a piece of my pain. Every line I ever wrote, a storm inside my brain. When the clock hit 3, everything began to fade in the old lawn room. Man, I wish I would have stayed. Part of me, that like a star losing light, slipping through the shadows, losing every fight. And I said, change the world, but I'm stuck inside the maze. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time your heartbeat twists. And I say, change the world, but I'm stuck inside the maze. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time.
Can you make his voice a little deeper? Not really, so there's only so much I can do to his vocal. I could boost some lows, yeah, so in that case I could try to make it deeper on the bass level, for example. I could try to boost some lows, though I'm not really sure if I want to do it. I'll try, Ash, I will try. What does Shaker say? I feel like the vocal is fighting the harp. Yeah, that's like an issue that I had with the client being Momo. So Momo wanted the harp to be up front. He said it's the main element of the song, so yeah. So either we can only do a compromise, right? So if Momo is okay with me taking the harp down a little, I can do it. But since he said he wants it that way, I will obviously follow his instruction, right? So I don't know. To me, it doesn't sound too much, actually. It sounds pretty decent. I'll just listen one more time critically. Yo, Cake, what is good, by the way? How you doing, broski? Just broski says Juice WRLD. Here we go, come on.
Momo, you so cute.
Yeah, I was born on the second. You say my gold is ice. Fighting demons in my head. Rolling loaded dice. Every step that I brought Was a piece of my
Make the vocals deeper. That will help. So I'm curious, how do you make vocals deeper? So I'm just curious what you will say here. How do I make the vocals deeper? I will actually wait for that response to pop up. I want to hear that. What do you mean when you say make the vocals deeper? I guess boosting the low frequencies. Okay. Auto-tune and transpose LMO. No, I don't do that. Yeah, I know. I guess boosting the low frequencies. Okay, I did that here. So you kind of want me to boost it more, you feel that is a good idea. I feel like that is not a good idea, but I will do it, okay? I'll do it for you. Cake says I'm doing good. Was like I'm dreaming or not? Because of the juice imitation. That was really good. I mean, I would not call it an imitation. It's just very inspired. Like a lot of guys that we work together with do that, right? Thinking Jay, thinking a little Esky. Is there a Audacity tutorial on it? An Audacity tutorial? What? Bro, why would you use that software? So we will try to boost that since Shaker thinks that's the right move. I just did that and here I am done with the mix from my side. Here we go.
Momo, you so cute.
Yeah, I was born on the second. They say my cold as ice. Fighting demons in my head. Rolling loaded dice. Every thought that I brought was a piece of my pain. Every line I ever wrote, a storm inside my brain. When the clock hit 3, everything began to fade. In the oak lawn room, man, I wish I would have stayed. Part of me, that like a star losing light, slipping through the shadows, losing every fight. And I said change the world, but I'm stuck inside the maze. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time her heartbeat twists. And I say change the world, but I'm stuck inside the maze. Lost my fight, couldn't run from the abyss. Change the world, even if I don't exist. I'm still with you every time her heartbeat twists. I've been floating through the void where the echoes collide, looking for a way out, nowhere left to hide. I see you down there hurting, right here my flame, mixing up the voice, trying to keep me in the game. I know you feel the silence like a ghost in your chest, but I'm wrong.
Okay, cut the outro, which means probably like this, right?
I see you down there hurting, right here my flame, mixing up the voice, trying to keep me in the game.
No, don't cut it. No, don't cut it. Oh, okay, give that back. So you want me to give that back? Okay.
I see you.
I mean, I didn't cut it. It was like that, right? So, as you can see, there is no signal here anymore.
In your chest, but I'm.
Or maybe you want me to take the other one. If I understand you correctly, you want to have this, right?
In your chest, but I'm right there when you're moving, when you're giving your best.
Okay. Get that off. Yeah, okay. Good. I will
In
get
your
rid of it.
chest, but I'm right there when you're moving, when you're giving your best.
Okay, here we go. Exported one time with and without the vocals. Goddamn. Okay, yeah, good. Good. I will do that. I will do that for you, Momo, obviously, because you're such a good guy. Okay, so who is next in line? Who is next in line? And by the way, did you do your duties? Guys, like the stream. Yeah, obviously, like the stream. Did you do your duties, my guy? Did you leave the comments and the likes as I said? Let me actually check that. So you go to this playlist. And if I don't see your comment and a like under every of these things, don't expect me to send you that song. That is the least you could do. Aha, it seems like there is no comment here. So that's how you do me, Momo. That's how you do me, okay. Is that the way you want to play here? Okay, okay, say no more. Okay, that's how you do me, right? Okay, so let's check the music video. Is there a comment here? Nope, it doesn't seem like you actually commented. No. Did you comment under any one of those? Ah, that doesn't look good, Momo. That doesn't look good. So you want me to do the extra work for you and you have not even left a single comment. Okay, that's how you do me. Cool. That's how you do me. Alright, alright. Don't forget mine for feedback. Okay, I'll do that. I see mine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did it. Okay, so, yeah, here was the first one with the vocal, and now he wanted one without vocal. I will do that now. Let's export it. So I'll just call it no vocal. And then we can move to the next mix, actually. So, he ignored me. Oh, sorry, Burst. So, sorry, Bursky. Sorry. I'll be fine. No, I did not ignore you. I was just getting, I don't know. I was just reading all that stuff here. I said, what's up? What's up, Burst, my guy? Thanks for joining the stream. Actually, let's go pick up your song next. I feel like you were next anyways in line to get that mix, to get that free mix. I haven't been on in a minute. I haven't heard next yet. I'm listening real quick. Be right back. You're such a real one. You are such a real motherfucker. Thanks a lot. Momo is proper businessman. Yeah, I mean, I did all the mixing. All he had to do is comment under all the songs in the playlist. So, and like it. So all you gotta do is comment and like on my songs on my playlist. And that's it. Yeah, and in the best case, do more than just an emoji. That would be good. I'm commenting now. Okay, what would you say if I say it's too late for that now, Momo? No, I'm just kidding, obviously, right? I am just kidding you. Feel free to do it. And then you'll get your precious little song I did for you. Okay, so what do? We're gonna mix Burst song, I feel. So Burst actually sent me a couple of songs. So, okay, so Burst, which song? Please don't be mad at me. No, I'm not mad, bro. I'm just playing. What do? We get Burst to do the next mix. So I'll send you the stems. All right. You send me over the stems. I will get ready for the mix. In the meanwhile, don't forget to just read the description. So everything is in the description. My email, my Discord, all that shit. So the description basically says, go to that Alchemy playlist and comment under every song. Then you're eligible for a free mix. Simple as that. It doesn't hurt you. It takes like 10 minutes to do or whatever. And the mix that I do for you takes me like, I don't know, an hour. So I would say it is fair game for all of us. So it's this playlist here. Go through all those songs. Comment. Okay, here we get the first one. Nuro for president. That's what I like. Momo, here we go. Yeah, I'll be right back. Right, so I will wait for Burst to send over the stems. yeah, see you guys soon. I'll just go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
I'll die with the dreams that you love. I'll fight till I bleed out and pass. I'll fly till I reach the end. I see this fake, somehow it still feel real. Swear that all my money dead, somehow I still feel clean. Surface level of but I'm still hitting deep. Trust that bitch aside, how can it be that she's still needing me? Too deep with the demons and the fiends. No more whipping the pharynx, no whipping them jeans. Yeah, I trust you a lot with, but it was too late. Yeah, I still keep the fire, I'm out here making the change. I remember your name till the day that I fade. I'll die with the dreams that you love. I'll fight till I bleed out and pass. I'll fly till I reach the end. These pills bad, somehow they still feel good. Swear that even though I left, I'm still the only talk of the room. You know you're fucked when the xennies start to chase. Some things they hard to swallow, but that bitch sucks it with grace. I'll die with the dreams that you love. No more whipping the pharynx, no whipping them chains. Yeah, I trust you a lot with, but it was too late. Yeah, I still keep the fire, I'm out here making the change. I remember your name till the day that I fade. I'll die with the dreams that you love. I'll fight till I bleed out and pass. I'll fly till I reach the end.
Here I am back at it again. So I am waiting for my guy Burst to send over those stems so I can mix his song next. Yeah, so let's see what Burst got for me. Did he send? Oh, he already sent it over. Oh yes, that's what we want. So let's download that right quick. My stream might suffer a little bit from the download. But we will get the download message. No, I don't want to download the message. How do I download all these? Man, you could have zipped it. Right now, I gotta download every wave individually. That is a little pain in the ass. Also, the zip is a little faster. Next time, just zip it. Okay. So let's download everything bit by bit. Let's do that right quick. So we got two different basses, we got hi-hats. So I'll actually just show you what I'm doing here so you don't think I'm a retard. I mean, I am a retard, don't get me wrong, but I'm a sensible retard. So we got a melody. Download that one. Then we got melodies. So we got two different melodies, okay? That's actually a tough way of labeling things. What we got that mellow fast melodies. We need that snare. We need that verb melody. I feel like that's just a reverb send, if I got that correct. Also make sure to send me the key as well as the BPM. Send me the key, send me the BPM. There we go, I am done with the download. Cool, and now we can go to that actual mixing for Burst. So let's go to the downloads. Let's just wait for this to finish, just a second. Here we are. Bursty. Cool. So now we can open that session. Let's see what we got from Burst. Why is the kick only playing in the beginning? Oh, shall I just double it up? So is it correct that everything that is shorter than the rest just needs to be doubled? I feel like that was the intention behind it, right? Yo, Emi, bro, sorry for not reading your message earlier. Was good, was good. Do you have maybe a preset for vocals? Me? I have a lot of I don't know which one, like a EMI preset for vocals. I can sip it. No, it's all right. I already got it. Burst. I already got it. Don't you worry. Like one that just sounds okay for recording. Oh, for recording. Yes. Okay, I can do that. Can you go through your template? Yes, sir. I can do that. Just a second. Sorry for neglecting you guys. I will go through every message, try to get it. Too late. Now you're good. You don't need bass wave. Okay, you don't need the bass wave. What, this one I don't need? Or you mean bass 2? You mean like bass 2 I don't need, right? Or which one? Bass 2 is the right one. Oh, bass 2 is the right one. Why is it so short? Okay, then I'll delete the other one. Is all right. Commented, got pretty creative with them. All right, Momo. Okay, that means you did what you had to do to get that free mix. Don't ever underestimate yourself, bro. No, you're good. Go through your template. Yeah, just a second. Let me just read those messages, then I'll do that. I mean everything I say. Don't ever underestimate yourself, Unc. Hey, what? Who's an Unc here? Just cause I'm fucking old as fuck and I got gray hairs already doesn't mean I'm an Unc. Or maybe it does mean it. Yeah, my bad. You don't need melody or bass file. They are extra. Sorry, I send it fast. No, you're good. You're good. 135 BPM. Can I call you on Discord fast? Yeah, the thing is, if I call you on Discord, I think the people on chat will not be able to hear that, so I have not fixed the Discord thingy yet. Okay, let me try to do that Discord thing. Or, goddamn, is there another way to do it other than the Discord? Because the thing is, I cannot Discord call and keep the stream at the same time. In Studio One on your channel, I'm in Studio One on your channel. When you have some time, I could really use a recording preset cause I'm on my friend's PC and I don't have any presets, but I installed most plugins. Okay, we can do that. I'll hop in queue for mixing just to see your suffering mixing my vocals. Bro, what the fuck is that? In which circle of hell did I go here? Look on general chat, I send you the image. Okay. Let's actually do that. Let's go to my Discord right quick. By the way, if any one of y'all want to join my Discord to get, I don't know, free access to whatever the fuck I be doing, to have my feedback on everything, just to get in touch with me, blah, 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 feel free to join my Discord. It's free to join. So in general, okay, so this is how it should look like. Bro, what? You want me to make like a mosaic out of it and try to rearrange it? Bro, what? Okay, so it's like a puzzle. I have a new challenge here for this mix, it seems. What the hell? Burst. That's not bad. That is not bad. I actually never had it like that. But you shall be forgiven since you are very new to FL Studio. I know you're in Studio One, so no hate at all. Can I get your template? Yeah, you can. I just will. It probably won't work for you because I have so many different plugins and I am in vintage FL Studio, so you will most likely not be able to open my template. I am in a vintage version of FL Studio. If you are on the new version, if you're on any other version than I am, you will not be able to open it up. My template is very confusing and very professional. I don't know if it is good for you. It might be very confusing. I know that you wanted me to show the template, so I will do that right now. Okay, first of all, I will make that template breakdown right quick because my guy be asking all the time. Let me give you a quick rundown of my template by routing everything, right? So what we are going to do is do the routing, everything that you should do if you make a mix. If you are a mix engineer and you don't know how to organize yourself, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here if you work with a very messy mix, if you don't know what is a kick, what is a snare. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see you. If you want to embrace the purity of mixing, feel free to stick with me. I will show you how to mix properly. Alright, so here we go. First thing is we're gonna do color coding, and color coding helps you not getting lost in the sauce, right? So let's do that right quick. Let's go for some routing so I can show you my template. After the stream, I'll do like my guy said. After the stream, I will give you my template to anyone that is in my Discord for free. Obviously, I never do any paid shit or whatever. You can have all my drum kits, all my loop kits for free. You know what it is. But first off, I will show you my routing in my template, right? So you see, I will actually start with the mixer because that's most important for mixing. Who would have guessed? You have red color, you have dark blue, you have bright blue, you have orange, and you have green. All these are individual channels. Channels are tracks that are used by a singular instrument, right? So the first instrument here will be the melody that my guy sent me. It is called reverb melody. I will route it to the first channel. If you take a close look, everything goes from the left to the right, going into these white channel. Everything that is white is a bus. What is a bus? A bus is just a unit, like a channel, which buses different individual elements together into one process, into one signal flow, which basically means all of these red channels, which are instruments, will be bussed together in these white channels, which are buses. Why do I bus? It helps you to be efficient, to be fast, to have control, to have better control, to be able to glue things together if you use similar processing on units, to go for analog style summing, to make things sound not in the box. Yeah, all that shit, right? To utilize parallel channels. What are my black channels? So you might notice, okay, he has white channels, but he also has black channels. Why is that? So my black channels are my returns, my sends, and my parallel buses. My first 4 black channels are my returns. I just use them for delays. I use them for coloring. I use them for non-linear summing. I use them for parallel filtering, clipping, multiband stuff, delay throws, blah, 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 blah. This is stuff that I use on an individual level. And then after my buses, I have another pair of parallel channels in black, which are my parallel buses. So these I use for, I don't know, like parallel coloring on the whole instrument bus, rear bus, parallel saturation, all that shit, right? Okay, cool. Next thing is my dark blue stuff, which are my basses, 808s. As you look, they are pretty slim in comparison to my instruments. My instruments are pretty wide and open. I have all these different motherfuckers laying around. On my bass, I only have 2 channels and 2 parallels. Why? Because that's my mixing philosophy. I don't like to mix the bass too much. I like to keep the bass as it is. That is my personal philosophy. It might not apply to you. It might not apply to your workflow. It is just what I do. For example, I use a lot of 808s since I'm a trap, underground, mix engineer, or I use bass guitar. I use bass guitar because I'm a rock dude. I make rock music. I played in a rock band. I use my bass guitar. If I use my bass guitar, I usually don't want to process it too much. If I use an 808, I don't want to process it too much because an 808 is usually very potent on its own, right? So that's it, right? If you use an 808, you don't want to do too much to it, right? You might want to do some parallel stuff, but I usually shy away from using too many inserts. So this is the reason why my template looks like this. Then we go on to my drums. As you can see, my drums are the most bombastic looking things. I use a lot of buses. I use multiple buses. I use a submix on my drums. Why? Because drums, to me, to my mixing philosophy, drums are the most important part. I have these very professional sounding drums. So my drum mix is really what I'm known for. So if anyone wants a neuro mix, if anyone wants me to touch their songs, to help them improve their quality of their songs, they usually seek my drum mix. So my drum mix is pretty complicated in a way, but simple in the philosophy, in the case that I just mix upwards to a certain point and then I mix downwards to another point. I don't want to exaggerate it, so I want to keep that short. So yeah, I'm basically using a lot of parallel buses. I'm using a lot of inserts. Cool. Then pretty simple again are my sound effects. So my sound effects just use some linear summing units and 2 parallel sends just for some extra effects. Yeah, then I got my vocal. Again, pretty heavy on my vocal here. I got 4 channels for vocals, which is only main vocals. So here I'm only speaking of main vocals. If I have a mix for a pop client, for example, that sends me, I don't know, 12 pairs of vocals, then I need to enhance my template, which means I will pull up more channels. So these channels are only for main vocals, right? And maybe like a lower double or an upper double, but only one. So if I have a project file that is not like a Drake style mix, for example, then I will have to enhance my template and grab some empty channels, which I have ready here at my disposal, right? So this comes from the philosophy that I mostly mix my own vocals, and I usually only have a center vocal, and that's that. So again, this is my philosophy. Yeah, this is my explanation to my template. Yeah. So that's that. I really gotta start taking money for this shit, I swear to God. So, I mean, I do charge money, by the way, so if you want to mix from me outside of the stream, it costs actually quite a bit, but not really that much. But I really think of making like tutorial lessons, which will be paid. I don't know, I'm just playing with some things. So let's actually go to the thing that Burst sent to me. So he wants me to reconstruct this picture of his song. So I will try to do that right now. So he starts with a kick that starts on the 5th thing here, if I see that correctly. So let's actually try to get that done. So we gotta play a little puzzle game here first to get this mix. Okay, so the kick starts from... okay. So the kick starts from this 5th channel and it stops at the 9th channel. So that means it's cut. So this one kick tail is cut, it seems. So we do that. Then we just duplicate the kick all the time till we reach bar 77, if I see that correct. And then we have a little break between these. So before 35 we have a little break segment, which is like this, right? We have like 1 bar of break. Okay, that means the kick is done. Now let's take a look at the snare drum. The snare drum starts here and goes like this. Is that correct? Okay, no, it doesn't look correct actually. Seems like this thing is cut off. Let's do that. Oh, is that correct now? No, so this break gotta be where this is. Is that correct? So this break gotta be like here. Okay, now we got that break correctly. And then we need just another snare pair for the intro, right? Which is just this. I love that you make me play a game before I start mixing. That is actually so lit. I'm not even kidding. So that's actually crazy. So let's go for hats. The hats seem to work, so they are in the way they should be. Then we got bass 2, which basically is going through the full song. This one is easy to replicate, so we go like this. Cool. And just double that up all the way. Oh, goddamn, it was not time aligned properly, so we gotta fix that. Here we go. Now it is. Now we can double it up. Cool. Next thing is, what do we got? We got the hats, we got that kick, snare, hats, the bass. Then we got the melody and the verb melody. Perfect. Yep, we got everything. And then we got the vocal, right? The vocal of Burst. We got 2 different vocal. I feel like 1 is an instrument, if I hear that correctly. Here we go, we did it. Burst, is that looking correct? Am I on the right side of heaven here? Mix with the template, let's see. Yeah, I guess. I can send you kick and bass again if you want. No, I'm good, bar. So there are effects and mastering on this. There is no effects and mastering. Okay, then I will handle everything, right? Cool. So I'll probably start from the drum mix. Very simple stuff. Just get the kick correct. So we got the kick level. Immediately noticing way too much boominess in that kick. Usually a usual problem, I'd say, that we have in a lot of these samples. Kinda bit too much low end because we got that big ass say 808. So I'm trying to go for this filter straight out the gate. Try to get a little more knock. Try to get that knock of the kick. Very important for this heavy style of rap for the beat. Okay, let's align it with the bass. Straight out the gate, I want to have the bass function like a 808. So I will move it up to the 808 spot. And we'll start with a sidechaining trick, where I use track spacer to go for a frequency sidechain. Immediately giving me all the space that I need. Now we're gonna match the EQs of the kick and the 808. So let's see how the 808 responds to the kick. Going for natural phase, by the way, for these important elements, you might do that. Let's actually have the kick being monitored in the 808 while we have the 808 being monitored in the kick. There we go. Insane overlap of low-end energy. You might see that 50 hertz really poking out a lot. It's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but it's just overwhelming. I can show you easily by just engaging this. So we got more than 60 dB buildup from the very low end to the rest of the second harmony. Way too much buildup. Easy way to fix it, actually, you just get a dynamic filter, go for that sidechaining option here, and you make space in the 808 whenever the kick hits, right? Here we go. Just gotta target that right frequency so the kick bottom, the fundamental of the kick, lives here in the 51, 52 hertz. Just try to get it done. Now you can see we got a hole here in that kick, the hole that I created for the kick. This is where the second harmony of the 808 will live. Cool. And a really cool thing to get it out a little more is going for this dynamic EQ up. So now we even have more smack. Crazy thing. I like me some fat ass 808s now that we got the EQing right. I just love when the 808 is really, you know, when it smacks you in your fucking face. So I'll just go for more saturation on it and lower the actual volume. Pretty decent stuff, pretty normal stuff. Next thing is utilizing my parallel channel, what I told you about. I'm a big fan of multiband clipping. Not a big fan of clipping the initial 808, just killing the transient initially if you need it for a beat like that. I go for that multiband clipping approach where I basically just multiband the channel, go for an extreme amount of clipping. Just look at this, just look at the extreme amount of clipping I'm doing here. I'm basically boosting it 20 dB, going all the way up. Here we go. Big problem that I'm seeing in 808, it is very dynamic, something that you don't usually want to have. You kind of want to have your 808 sitting approximately at that same level, which just means we want to control it, so we're going for a neutron in that case. I mean, there are a lot of ways to do it, don't get me wrong, right? But I want to have a neutron just because it gives me what I want. So we want to use two things on this neutron. Since it's a multi-tool kit, we are going for that compressor, going for a vintage style compressor. I just love that. And try to go for a big band, try to catch everything at once, right? Going for a pretty steep ratio, kind of brick walling it. Can go 12 or more, you can go 20, doesn't really matter. Keep the attack pretty aggressive. Release 100 is actually perfect, so we keep that. and just go for this very peak, right? Try to keep that at the same level. I do that with track spacer is the same. I do that track spacer. Yeah, I also use the track spacer, by the way. I also did it with the track spacer, the sidechaining. You can also use a limiter for this, so there's no need to use neutron if you don't want to waste fucking $200 or whatever this shit costs. You can just do it with the Fruity Stock limiter. It won't make a big difference. I just love neutron and the way it treats the 808. It's just super fire. And you can do this exciter thing, which is very, very important if you want to have your 808 pierce through on smaller playback systems like phone speakers or sound bars or whatever. You really want to saturate the top end, because if you saturate the lower end, you might destroy the sine wave character of it. Just not a good way to do it. Just go for that multiband approach here. Pretty good approach. Just opt out for that. It saves you a lot of hassle, trust me. So you just go for that upper mids and go for, I don't know, tube might work here. So we go tube and we go all the way up. Try to get the tone a little bit up. Let's see what it does. Yep. Giving us way more fidelity in that sense. I feel like the 808 is still a little loud. I'll just want to reduce the level. So now that we got kind of all the problems fixed, we can go to that actual mixing thing. So we made space in the frequency spectrum, we controlled the dynamic, and now it's time to go for that leveling basically. And to level out, I always use my shadow hill. You might know that trick. I feel like most mixing engineers are familiar with that, especially working on trap drums. Just noticing, okay, my kick is way too loud, so I'm hitting that 2 dB only from the kick. It mostly comes from the kick being so sustained. So usually you want to have a shorter kick if you have a long 808. Here we have a fairly long kick with a long 808. Yeah, kind of want to get it lower, but therefore smacking harder. I have this custom preset that I use on most of my kicks to rebalance them. If I feel like I have this issue with volume and dynamic and lose that initial knock, I love to saturate that second harmony as well as the initial transient. So let me solo this. As you can hear, this top end, this is where the transient lives. If you think of the kick transient, just the way it works, it just sweeps through the top end to the bottom end, right? So now we have this crazy sounding kick already without sacrificing the headroom. So the important thing here is the gain staging. The important thing here is the leveling. Yeah, don't just level your sound. So that's basically all I'm trying to say. One thing, if you make rage, ignore everything. If you make rage or hyper pop or yeah, like electro clash or whatever, ignore all this advice. But if you make like trap, hip hop, kind of like classic, old schoolish stuff, I would take the advice. Now we have the option to actually route the kick into the drum bus. Make the 808 hit super hard. Yeah, very tough 808, sounding very, very good, giving me everything that I want. So another technique that I like to use, utilizing another parallel bus that I have here, is the NLS bus technique. I feel like it's been a very good kept secret, but I feel like everyone already uses it. It is basically a nonlinear way to sum things to make them sound more analog. Here we go. We already have crazy sounding drums. 808 is still a little boomy on that low mid, so we might actually take a look at that one. Like here. Let's go for a snare. Snare feels extremely weak in comparison to the rest of the mix, so we just gotta get it up. We are not going to touch the fader, but rather use the clip gain, so we kind of want to have a clean signal before we even hit that fader, right? now we already have an insane low end and we have a pretty decent snare drum. Usually what I like to do is get rid of the top end. And I kind of want to get rid of the splashiness. A cool trick I like to get my snares done is by using a multi-band saturation approach on that snare transient, again living in the upper mids. Pretty basic stuff, using a transient follower, driving the gain sort of into the tape, just taping the transient right, making it sound super crisp, super professional. Next thing is we're gonna utilize some parallel compression, but we want to take this approach a little more sophisticated. We want to actually roll off the low end on the parallel compression, leaving us with only the top end. We have pretty crystally pokey hi-hats, something I usually try to combat, so I'll dip them a little. A very cool trick I like to do is use sidechain compression on my hi-hats, so whenever the kick hits, the hi-hats get ducked down, which creates this unique advanced bounce, right? Now I'm lacking some crispiness on my top end. I really like to have my top end really crisp and like overheated almost, especially for beats like this. So let's just try to bring in some heat. Sage, what you saying, my guy Momo? I went back to see how you mixed my shit. You talked so nice about me, it almost made me cry. Thank you, Nuro. I'm actually super happy to read that, Momo. I tried to treat your vision as good as I can, so that's a promise. I really tried to give it my all, and I'm happy if you like the result. Super happy to read this message, bro, for real. And you're more than welcome. It's been an honor mixing your stuff. How do you also use the span and what's on your master? Nothing. So far my master is nothing. Everything is disengaged. I just have the span on my master and I just look at it. So my span is kind of my safe space. Let's say my ears are getting fatigued, or I don't know, I get distracted or whatever, right? Sometimes your ears can trick you. So let's put it simple. Sometimes your ears trick you, and therefore it's good to have visual ears. So I have a very special way of setting up my span. So my span is set up in a way that is not really momentary, so it's not really fast way to react, but it rather reacts in an RMS level, and this gives me a very good overview of my song. So here I can really check, am I too loud on the low end? Am I too bright on my snare? Do I have too much hi-hat movement? Whatever, bro. Come on, you know what it does, right? Can you just look at a fruity EQ2 instead of a span? Let's do it. Let's have a look. So my master is currently empty. I will go to the mastering soon, but not now. So usually I don't like to do that. Okay, Momo asked me, can I do the same thing that Span does with ProQ? Let's actually see the difference. How does Pro Q, or actually parametric EQ, what does parametric EQ do and what does span do? Let's look at the difference. Okay, what do we notice? Parametric EQ reacts way faster. Look at my span. My span is still here. So how do you read your span for low end and high end? Okay, let me answer the first question first. Can you see the difference between the parametric EQ and the span? The span, so the parametric EQ is very momentary. So the parametric EQ is not bad. It is not bad, but it is not a dedicated monitoring plugin. We usually want to meter, we want two things to have when we really go by numbers, especially if we master and if we mix. Mostly mastering, but also mixing, obviously, right? So you don't want to go blindly everywhere. You want to meter, so you want to, I don't know how to explain it. Like, let's say you're building a fucking house or whatever. You can buy like 100 bricks and feel like, okay, it will be enough to build my house. Or you can actually measure the fucking floor and know how many bricks you gotta buy before you do it, right? So, and the way how to measure, so it's better to have something to measure in a sensible way, right? Than have something that is measuring only in a approximately, like only getting you in the ballpark. So of course the parametric EQ will bring you in the ballpark. Of course you can read like the value of bass, right? But it's just like a transient value. Look how fast the transients move here. Look how fast the upper mid-range moves. And look at this. Now look at this and see how long it takes to build up to actually measure the level of the high end on the span. So here it sticks. My high end actually sticks. Here is just a fleeting moment telling me, okay, right now I'm so high with my hi-hat. Right now my bass is so big. But here on the span, I really see overall over the thing. Can your response time on span too? Yeah, I can make my span go faster, but that's the point that I'm trying to make. I could use my span to be faster, but I don't want that. I want it to read some values like RMS, kind of in an RMS manner, sort of. I want to make it almost like a crash factor, right? So, what did I want to say here? So yeah, the parametric EQ can do the same thing, but it's not very good. The span is really good. And so you asked me, so what do I read with my span? What do I actually read? Yeah, for example, I read how loud is my bass in comparison to the rest of my shit, right? How loud is my hi-hat in comparison to the other stuff? And there you can only go like, you should never mix after numbers. This shall only give you like an example. Let's say your bass is probably 9 dB louder than the rest of your song. That's probably too much, right? It's probably too much. It could work though. I don't know. If you have a song like Mr. H by Trippie Redd, it might work. But usually you don't want it. So you gotta think of the characteristic of your song. Let's say it is a dance hall song and you got a lot of mid-range. Usually a lot of mid-range is not really good. It depends, right? If it's a pop trap mix, it might be good, right? But if it's a trap mix, a lot of mid-range might not be good, right? Especially on an instrumental level. Then you gotta think, okay, my mid-range is so big, I probably have too much stuff going on in my mid-range. But yeah, for example, on a trap mix, so what is the characteristic of a trap mix talking about this song? Trap usually have a very big low end and a very big top end, right? So that's that. I just try to have that here. But how much is too much? So think of a song like Look Alive by Blockboy JB and Drake. This song has so much top end. This song has so much top end that it is crazy. I would never mix a song like that. But who am I to say, yo, that song Look Alive by Drake is badly mixed? You can't say that. You cannot say this is a bad song just because it has too much top end, right? So it doesn't matter. So all I try to say is some of these values don't matter and you should not go for numbers. You should trust your ear mostly and you should only rely on these numbers if you are lost or if you feel tricked by your ears, right? So enough talking about numbers, let's go back to the mixing. So I really don't want to make this overly technical. I already did that, and I only do that for you guys in the chat that are asking me. I try to spread a little knowledge here and try to give back a little love back to the culture. The culture raised me. I don't know, bro, so I just want to give back a little love, but enough is enough, okay? Enough of that technical talk. Let's get that fucking mix right now. Come on. Right now, what I am feeling, again, go away from those numbers. Go away from looking at it. Go away with that. Trust your ears. We're going to trust our ears here. So I feel like my top end is a little too bright. So I will just reduce my top bus. And I will just get rid of a little bit of that muddy low end that I have, utilizing a bus filter. I sent you the voice, by the way. Okay, yeah, I will go for the voice. I just want to get the most fundamental thing right, which are the drums for me. This is why I started with the drums. Now I'm going to get rid of some of the boominess in the low end. Yeah, let's do that. Top end still feels insanely loud to me. So again, I don't look at the numbers. We can look at the numbers later when we go to the mastering. Right now, I just go for my gut and for my ears, obviously. I still want to get my low end a little lower. So now I'm feeling good. I want to get my drums a little more wet. That means I want to go for more drum plate. And I want to have my hi-hats a little bit more reverbed. Here we go. Now we have an insane mix established on our drums. Next thing we want to do is set up a slight mastering chain. Because we already established our loudest elements, it will be way easier for us to master. It's just my approach to it. My mastering chain is basically just a decapitator, 2 soft clippers, and a fucking EQ. Who could have guessed it? So let's see what we got here. Crazy thing is I can really push my mix insanely hard. So I could go way harder. I could really make it into a, I don't know, Ken Carson style mix by really pushing it harder. Why not the God Particle? It works, so don't get me wrong. If you want to use the God Particle, do it. It is a very good plugin. Probably one of the best mastering plugins. Go for it. So if you want to use it, I just don't like it. I like to have control over every step just because I'm a maniac. I feel like a mad scientist when I'm mixing. I want to control everything. I want to be able to do every little step on the mastering my own. Even if it's just a industry, like an underground master like this one. Yeah, point. So it is good. If you want to use God Particle, go for it. It's a good way to do it. Okay, let's look at the melody now. So you say, okay, that's the reverb, that's not the real melody, right? Okay, that means this is the main melody then. Let me just change the routing so it's a little better for me. I want to have the main melody here, so let's do that. Okay, let's blend it with your reverb signal that you sent me. So we got that main signal, we got that reverb signal. Let's just blend both together. Not a big fan of this build-up. So we have one segment where there really comes this big-ass low end that is just not tough, bro. So, I mean, it's good from a standpoint, from a production, but it just clusters this mid-range for no reason, suddenly, and it feels like a drastic change in the song. So I just try to mitigate it by utilizing a dynamic filter. So as soon as that comes up, I just try to kill it. Let's see if that works. By the way, in ProQ, if you press this button here, you kind of have your threshold, and you can really set it up in a way that that it reacts to, I don't know, you can let it react to what you want it to react, right? Show that master again. So this is my master. That's my master. Here you go. Soft clippers, fruity balance, decapitator, blah blah blah. There will be more. This is just like my first step of mastering. Blah blah blah. Let's keep going. Same thing is here. Pretty piercy frequency at the 1K. Not a big fan of this. Just because it hurts. I don't like frequencies that really poke out that much that they hurt. They might work in drill, for example, if you have like a telephoned melody that kind of pierces in a strange way. It might work. So it actually might work on this song too. Actually, I'll try to keep it, just mitigate it a little. Sure that all these vocals are in key actually, or am I tripping? I feel like some of these top vocals might actually not be in key, or am I really tripping? I'm not sure. Or are they in key and I'm tripping? Are they in key? Am I tripping? I don't know, bro. Excuse me if I'm not. So on the melody, what I did is some parallel busing. I just used a rear bus and a parallel saturation unit. I was about to say that. I mean, it sounds like a mashup. I don't know, maybe you want that. Maybe you want like a horror style approach to that melody. So sometimes you do that on purpose, like having some detuned things going on. Yeah. So what I did, by the way, is so the melody sounds like this without no mixing. And all I did was keep the original vision and just spice it up. Just to give it a more vintage character, I might utilize a vinyl. I don't know if you want that, so I'll put a vinyl on here. Burst, you are my client in that case. If you don't want me to use the vinyl, feel free and I will get out of it. I can't join your Discord. How is that? Why can you not join my Discord? Let me actually try to fix that. That seems like a big issue. You cannot join my Discord. How is that? Let me find the reason. I feel like we had that problem once before. Oh, Momo did all the commenting, I feel. Did you comment on every song, Momo, or did you only comment on 3 of those? Let's actually try to fix that Discord thing right quick, because that is very important. So if you go here, my Discord, it takes you here. Maybe the link is invalid. Okay. The invite may be expired, or you may not have permission. Crazy. I didn't know that this is a thing. So let's go again. Maybe I just gotta put a fresh link and then it works. Okay, I feel like a new link gets generated every now and then, probably. So let's edit this. Okay, actually try that new link now. It should be a new. You gotta try on your phone, had the same problem at first. Can you try the new link? Tell me if that works though. Okay, here we go with the melody of my guy. So the vinyl is pretty good because it rolls off some top end and kind of makes space for the vocal. We're gonna make space for the vocal anyway, so I think now that we got the mix right, it is really time to attack the vocals. Let's get them done. So here we got burst vocals now. I'm back. Is there any place left for mixing vocals later today? Yeah, we still got some slots. I don't know who is next. Guitarist, did you want me to mix your song? I don't know if Guitarist wants me to mix his thing. Working now, got in. Alright, that's good. If Guitarist doesn't do the thing, if he doesn't have something to mix for me, I will take you, Imi. I would have it done in an hour. Okay, yeah, that should be fine, bro. Just send it over. Yeah, let's mix burst vocals now, so let's do that. Come on, here we go.
Cause you don't listen to me, now you can see what I see. You ain't cool like Rema, you ain't got that burner, boy, you still think you a centerfold, you ain't.
Okay, so we got a little hiss in his vocal. I'll just try to clean them. So usually if you start from scratch and you have vocals that are a little, I don't know, like noisy, right? You can try to denoise them. At least I can give it a shot and see if I can denoise them. So yeah, let's try.
Cause you don't listen to me, now you can see what I see. You ain't cool like Rema, you ain't got that burner, boy, you still think you a centerfold. You ain't even center forward, nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't even play the chords, you don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below. You still on your Tylenol, you look at time like where to go. You ain't seen it for a minute, gotta catch it. You can do anything, even a backflip. Some things in life are magic. Go be.
Yeah, it kind of works. So this is without denoise.
Cause you don't listen to me, now you can see what I see. You ain't cool like Rema, you ain't got that burner, boy, you still think you a centerfold. You ain't even.
It gets rid of a lot of the noise, so I will probably go for this, even if it muffles it just a bit, but I can fix that after in mixing. Right now, I prefer a vocal that has less noise in it, just because of the signal to noise ratio. And again, I don't want to get technical. If you don't know what some of the things mean that I say, like RMS, signal to noise or whatever, just Google. So I don't want to make this stream too technical. Yeah, just keep going, right? So Burst, you say you want to send other voice. What you mean? So you have like a cleaner take on the vocals that you want to send over, or did you change like your mixing, or why do you want to send different vocals? Because these are not bad, don't get me wrong, they're not bad. I just wanted to clean them a little. So I'm sorry if you gave you the impression that they're not good. They are very good, actually, in fact. And I can work very well with those. So if you, yeah, it has cleanup on it. Okay, so if you want, send over new vocals. If not, I can clean them for you, but it's same. Okay, if you want, I cleaned them as much as I can. I feel like now they're pretty clean.
Cause you don't listen to me, now you can see what I see. You ain't cool like Rema, you ain't.
Okay, you sent me new vocals, good. Then I will check those. Let's see what Burst sent me. Okay, sent me over a new vocal. Let's get that one. So here we got that new vocal from Burst. Okay. Let's check that one. So we probably won't need to clean up now, I suppose. Let's check what they do.
Cause you don't listen to me, now you can see what I see. You ain't cool like Rema, you ain't got that burner, boy, you.
Still a little noisy.
He thought he was running, but he didn't know. He really tricked her. Cause you don't listen to me, now you can see what I see. You ain't cool like Rema, You ain't got that burner, boy, you still think you a centerfold. You ain't even center forward, nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't even play the chords, you don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below. You still on your Tylenol.
It's still a little noisy. I might still clean them for you if you want. If you want them a little dirtier, doesn't matter. It's just what you prefer. I would kind of clean them. Let's see if the RX cleans them up a little.
You look at time like where to go. You ain't seen it for a minute, gotta catch it. You can do anything, even a bath. So some things in life are magic. Go beyond what you know, then go back to the classic. Ain't no love when you move to the city. City, yeah. Ain't no love when you move to the city. Sometimes you look at time.
I just made sure I level out everything. So you usually want to clip gain before you start the mixing. Clip gaining just means using this little dot here and just make the gain go lower, right? So this is clip gaining. You kind of want to have an even vocal before you even start mixing. Okay, so I will work from this vocal. Actually, your vocal doesn't need too much, if I'm honest. I'll just pull up the good old neuro chain. Simple as that, but I will not use the full chain. I'll only use a few things because your vocal is already pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. Let's see what I can do for you, my guy. So the good old neuro chain, Old Faithful. You know what it is. So auto-tune, probably don't even need that. I feel like you got a little tune already on it. Yeah, this is my go-to equalizer for vocals like you have, because you have a similar vocal than I do. So let's see if that actually works, right? It has clarity and deverb. Okay. So I might go for the denoise. But it doesn't matter, I'll actually leave it. I think, we'll see. Let's see where I go.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up.
Told you, it feels like that shit was measured for you, right?
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have?
It feels like it's
I don't
tailored
put
for your
up with no
vocal.
slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up, but you get up. He thought he was running, but he didn't know.
Just might want to go for a dynamic filter here. Sounds good. All right, that was the first step only. Now we're gonna de-ask pretty aggressively, just like I do.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up.
R-Vox.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have?
Just touch it. Spectra, you know what it is. Usually want to go for my frequencies, magic frequencies. Let's see what they do.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up, but you get up.
Getting rid of some resonance. Going for another de-esser.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up.
Multiband, everything as usual. Pretty normal mixing stuff for now. Just set up that multiband a little bit.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just... What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up. What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up, but you get up. He thought he was running, but he didn't know. He really tricked up. Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up, but you get up. He thought he was running, but he didn't know. He really tricked up. Cause he don't listen to me. Now you can see what I see. You ain't cool like Rema.
Like a university for producers, vocalists, and beat makers. What I feel like one of your messages was cut off, Momo. So it only says like a university for producers, vocalists, and beat makers. I'm not sure what the rest of the message was supposed to be. Or was it only this message? I would enroll. Okay, so I could really start teaching. I don't know if I want to do that though. Kind of want to make music.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up.
I kind of still want to go for that D verb, if you can remember what I meant. I should have done that. Like the D, what's it called? RX something. Denoise, is that correct? Voice denoise. I maybe should have sticked with the profile that I had.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up, but you get up. He thought he was running, but he didn't know. He really tricked up. Cause he don't listen to me. Now you can see what I see. You ain't cool like Rema.
Getting way darker, so I kind of fucked up the
What's
issue.
up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up, but you get up.
Actually, it's not bad. It kind of treats the top end also pretty well. Let's have a look now. Again, now is a good time to get that span, to not let our ears trick us. Right now, we tried so many different vocal approaches. We don't know what's right or wrong, right? So here we go.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up.
Thought so. We kind of lost almost all of the top end and we kind of lost all of the low end, right? So let's try to fix that before we keep even going on, right? So we do some additive EQ, something that I usually don't do, but we do what is right. So we don't do things that, what you say, like, we do the things that are right. We don't do things just, I don't know, we don't play by the rules. We just do what we gotta do. Hey, yo, Lost, what's good, my guy? How you doing, bro?
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up, but you get up. He thought he was running, but he didn't know. He really tricked up. Cause he don't listen to me.
You're trying to hear a song I dropped? You told me last stream you would. I'm mixing for a client, bro. So you gotta wait for me to finish that shit. You gotta wait for me. But I don't know if you just join here for me to react to your stuff. You might be at the wrong place, bro. From time to time, it's all right? But I'll do that. I'll just finish that song for Burst. Get that song done, and then I will listen to it. If you're still around, just drop it in the Discord. Also, if you want me to just listen to it, you can drop it in self-promo on Discord. I'll check those out anyways. But if you want to have my live reaction, just wait for me to finish this.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit up, man, I'm fed up, but you get up. He thought he was running, but he didn't. He really tricked up.
So here I lost a lot of level among my signal flow. I just try to get that back.
What's up? Did you do that shit you...
How much did I actually lose? I was at 6, or how long did it take me to get there? So I was at...
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have?
More than 6.
What's up?
And
Did
here
you do that shit you could have?
Below 9, so I need like 3 dB and more to level it out. Probably 3.5.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put it.
So this was before.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers.
And this is after mixing.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up. Do a sit.
Still not a big fan of this upper mid-range here. Yeah, it's pretty spiky still. Let's try to get that a little tamed.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have?
Pretty hard still. Let's try to get more.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slack.
Give back that level. Okay, here we go. So I feel I am good so far. Let's get that fresh air.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just give up.
Okay, so let's check it with beat.
What's up? Did you do that shit you could have? I don't put up with no slackers, I just centerfold. You ain't even center forward, nothing close. Cool, you can't even hit a chords. Even though no dominoes, compared to the rest you're far below. You still on your Tylenol, you look at time like where to go. You ain't seen it for a minute, gotta catch it. You can do anything, even a path. So some things
Okay, overall the mix feels a little too sharp on the vocals still. I want to see how the Suv would react to a basic preset. Want to see what it does to the vocal.
Play the chords, you don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below. You still on your tile.
I just love the general cleaning effect here.
Back to the classic. Ain't no love when you move to the city. City, yeah. Ain't no love.
Here we go. Last thing is with the mag boosting some top end, right? Let's go for 10k and up. Let's actually have a look.
Centerfold, you ain't even center forward. Nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't even play the chords. You don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below. You still on your Tylenol. You look at time like where to go. You ain't seen it for a minute, gotta catch it. You can do anything, even a pass.
Still got this problem with the 2.4k that we've been talking about so much. Still feel like I have that problem, so I still will get rid more of it. It just builds up crazily. I knew I had the problem I already targeted, but it is not enough.
Centerfold, you ain't even center forward. Nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't even play the chords. You don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below. You still on your Tylenol. You look at time like where to go.
Okay, so this was again without no mix.
Centerfold, you ain't even center forward. Nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't.
And this is with some mixing.
Centerfold, you ain't even center forward. Nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't even play the chords. You don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below. You still on your Tylenol. You look at time like where to go.
Let's go for some parallel stuff, like some reverbs and delays and all that shit. You know what it is. So what do? We kind of want to widen up the vocal also. I feel like a widener would go hard here. Let's go for parallel saturation. Let's go for parallel compression. Let's go for delay. I think that's all very good. A whisper part would be hard on this. He has like whispered ad-libs almost. I feel like that will be super hard when we get to those.
Centerfold, you ain't even center forward. Nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't even play the chords. You don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below. You still on your Tylenol. You look at time like where to go. You ain't seen it for a minute, gotta catch it. You can do anything, even a path. So some things in life are magic. Go beyond what you know, then go back to the classic. Ain't no love when you move to the city. City, yeah. No love when you move to the city. Sometimes it makes you wanna lose your fucking mind. Everybody's out here wasting all the time. And a nigga knew what is wrong. If they turning out the lights, I'm about to shine. I'ma be shining. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'ma be shining. You know, you know. I'ma be shining. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Always be grinding. Low, 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 low. I take them to places they never been. Doing this shit like a gentleman. I be just catching my wave, yeah. Listen, get in the way. I stepped up to the fight, but there's 10 of them. For me, I got so much adrenaline. I always be ripping the pain, yeah. Till the end of my days, 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 yeah.
I'm not liking the sound like someone is chewing something. What? Sorry for not reading chat, by the way. I do feel sometimes like I ask too much from Neuro reaction wise. Sorry, streamer man. Nah, you're good, bro. You're good. I try to do my best, but obviously I cannot just jump to whatever you ask me to do, right? I need some time, right? I need some time to react to things. You got me, right? Burst sounds crisp, can't even lie. I like it too. I'm not liking the chewing sound. I like this part. Neuro, I want to get more involved with what you do. With school failing, I feel music is all I've got. Bro, believe me, I don't want to get... I never made like a little... Sorry, so as most of you know, I like to keep my private life private. I never talk besides anything other than the music and all that shit, but music saved my life more than once. So yeah, music is all I want to do. I want to help you. If you want to help me, just support me. I don't ask for anything. Like you might know with my stuff, I usually do stuff for free. All the presets that I give out, all the sample packs that I give out, all the advice that I give, all the reactions, all the teaching, everything that I do is for free. The only thing that is paid is my, like, if you want to buy a beat from me and all that shit, right? Because obviously I gotta live from something. I cannot live from fucking water and crisps and what the fuck, I don't know. You know, I gotta make some money with something, so. But everything that I do here on streaming for the community is free. There is no need to pay me or anything. The only thing you can do, what really helps me, is just stay active with my releases. Even though they might not be your genre, I put all my heart in this. Listen to my songs, stream my songs. Yeah, that's the best thing you can do. You can help me organize if you really want to do. I want to do more streams like this where I help people. I try to give back something to the culture, like I said. Like the culture gave for me. Yeah. So cool. So let's see what we can do for burst still here. Yeah, I feel like we got as close as we can. Any concerns here? What else can we do? We could saturate the master a little more. I feel we can go for this transient follow thing that I have. I have a super cool preset which are basically just different saturation units on a stick. I don't know how to explain it. So we got like subtle tape on the low end, we got clean tape on the mid range, and we got a clean tube on the top register. Let's actually see what this does. Let's take all the mastering off and only focus on this. Let's see what it does.
Centerfold, you ain't even center forward. Nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't even play the chords. You don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below.
Pretty big fan of this actually, because it just glues everything together and controls the dynamic range pretty well. Also, I use these transient followers. You know what it is, so business as usual for me. Here we go.
Centerfold, you ain't even center forward. Nothing close to Justin Cole. You can't even play the chords. You don't even know no dominoes. Compared to the rest, you're far below. You still on your Tylenol. You look at time like where to go. You ain't seen it for a minute, gotta catch it. You can do anything, even a path. So some things in life are magic. You go beyond what you know, then go back to the classic. Ain't no love when you move to the city. City, yeah. Ain't no love when you move to the city. Sometimes it makes you wanna lose your fucking mind. Everybody's out here wasting all the time. I'm handling and doing what is wrong. If they turning out the
Okay, so I just want to show you your vocal before the mixing.
ain't no love.
So without no mixing, your vocal was this.
Ain't no love when you move to the city. Sometimes it makes you wanna lose your fucking mind. Everybody's out here wasting all the time.
And with mixing, we are here.
Ain't no love when you move to the city. Sometimes it makes you wanna lose your fucking mind. Everybody's out here wasting all the time. I'm handling and doing what is wrong. If they turning out the lights, I'm about to shine. I'ma be shining. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'ma be shining. You know, you know. I'ma be shining. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Always been grinding. Low, 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 low. I take them to places they never been. Doing this shit like a gentleman. I be just catching my wave, yeah. The others that get in the way, yeah. I stepped up to the fight, but there's 10 of them. For me, I got so much adrenaline. I always be repping the bay, yeah. Till the end of my days, 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 yeah.
I don't know, gave it to you without reverb and effects. Okay. I feel like I could add maybe a little more reverb to your vocal. Let's actually grab one more channel, like this one. Yeah, so That being said, Burst, because this song is kind of important to me, I would love, I usually don't like to master on the same file. I usually love to master on a different day with fresh ears. If it's cool with you, I would try to mix it again tomorrow, or not mix it again, but just tweak it, listen again to it. I can send you what I got so far, obviously. But if you want, I would give it another listen tomorrow. Love the chorus. Yes, sir, here we go. And yeah, just check it one more time, make damn sure everything is correct, everything is where I wanted to see it, right? All that things. So right now I kind of like it. I feel like it's good. The vocal is pretty loud, the drums are punchy as fuck, melody sits well, everything seems to sit well. Yeah, so I don't know, I just want to fine tune it maybe tomorrow again. For now I'm done. If you still feel like you want me to do changes now, feel free to say so. Yeah, let's play it again.
Ain't no love when you move to the city. Sometimes it makes you wanna lose your fucking mind. Everybody's out here wasting all their time. And I never knew what is wrong. If they turning out the lights, I'm about to shine. I'ma be shining. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'ma be shining. You know. I'ma be shining. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Always be grinding. Low, 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 low. I take them to places they never been. Doing this shit like a gentleman. I be just catching my wave. Yeah, let's get in the way. I support to the fight, but there's 10 of them for me.
Why those vocals like that? Why are they vocals like they are? That's what you gotta ask Burst. I can show you only the raw. I don't know if you want to hear the rough. That's how it was, so I'm gonna play them how I got them right now, so you have a comparison.
Ain't no love when you move to the city. Sometimes it makes you wanna lose your fucking mind. Everybody's out here wasting all their time. And I never knew what.
And this is with the mixing. Obviously Burst got a very good vocal without mixing also.
Ain't no love when you move to the city. Sometimes it makes you wanna lose your fucking mind. Everybody's out here wasting all their time. And I never knew what is wrong. If they turning out the lights, I'm about to shine. I'ma be shining. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'ma be shining. You know. I'ma be shining. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Always be grinding. Low, 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 low. I take them to places they never been. Doing that shit like a gentleman. I be just catching my wave. Yeah, let's get in the way. I support to the fight, but there's 10 of them. For me, I got so much adrenaline.
So this is also without mastering.
Ain't no love when you move to the city.
And this is with mastering.
Ain't no love when you move to the city. Sometimes it makes you wanna lose your fucking.
Please don't forget the beat. Okay, I will react to your beat now and also to Lost speed. Lost, are you still here? Do you still want me to react to your beat? Because I'll do that now for anyone that wants me to react to their stuff. I have a free Discord you can join, and I give away like free sample packs and all that bullshit. You know what it is. So if you want to join, feel free to join. It's completely free. Here we go to the beats folder where people sent me beats so I can react to them, right? What about the self promo? Did my guy Lost send something over? No. Oh, but Mel dropped a new song. I gotta check that out actually. Okay, let's go to the beats. Let's check Shaker because he's been waiting for me to react. Let's do that. I'm gonna give you a reaction. Okay, very atmospheric. Okay. Okay. Love the sub bass. Hey. Hey. What? Yo. Hey. 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 What? Yo. Hey. What? Hey. Crazy, I like how you got all these instruments building up into one another. Kind of grasps like pretty good. Hey, hello, Crozan. What's good, broski? How you doing? How you doing? What's good, broski? Crozan, what's popping? Yeah, I like how you utilize all your instruments and your arrangement. It feels pretty well how it builds up, right? Also love that little CTM sound that you layered. I don't know, is that the CTM 808 or is that the CTM sound that you just layered on top? Your video didn't show up on my feed. I know, like, I don't know why YouTube keeps raw dogging me when it comes to my reach. It is what it is. It just, even to my most loyal fucking fans, it doesn't show my fucking stuff. That is crazy, but it is what it is, sadly. I gotta live with that. We gotta live with that. Okay, let's check out Shaker's beat. He wants me to give feedback. I love that little bird sound that you got going. So very unique from his sound design. Love the 808 slide. So it feels really, really good. It actually feels super good. All I would want from this beat is for it to be clipped harder. I don't know if you mix into a soft clipper. And if you mix into a soft clipper, try to mix harder into it. Try to really boost it into the soft clipper. I feel like that would go super hard. I love that bass. So it is really cool. I love the idea behind it. Like the bounce. Bounce is super simple, but the breaks make it function super well. Very atmospheric, very dark. Just the mastering is a little off, I would say. Just try to clip it harder. Nice little switch up. There was one 808 hit where I'm not sure if it's in key. Might be in key, I might be tripping. Yeah, like these upper hits like this. Doom, doom. I'm not sure if they're in key actually. So here on this segment, I like the first segment a little bit more because it was overall from the frequency distribution very good. Here it feels very sharp on the top end and the upper mids like 2K and upwards sort of. They feel pretty busy. Yeah, I'm not sure if that is intentional. Might be, right, obviously, but it just I just like the first bit a little more. Here it gets more dark again, more in the lower end. I like that more. Like if you go to a medieval castle and you get hunted by a killer or whatever. Filter section, super cool. Change the snare drum. Pretty cool, pretty good variety. So overall it feels super good. It's just the mixing and the mastering that's just a little touch and then you're good. What you really do well is sound selection, arrangement, and like overall structuring, like the way you put it, the filtering, you keep it exciting, right? It's like a 4-minute beat, but it's still exciting, right? Also like that CTM sound. Yeah, it's solid. Solid beat, bro. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, broski. So what do we got still? Is there still something for me to mix or no? Let's actually send Burst his stuff in Momo. So this will be the next step here. Who is next with the mixing? Does anyone still want free mixing? Because I'm getting hella tired, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting like super tired. I will just send back to the people their stuff. So Burst, this is just a rough mix from my side here. If you want any changes, or if you can wait for tomorrow, I will send you a better version. Burst the rapper, here we go, let's reply. And then we gotta send Momo his songs. Okay, we got one without vocal, we got one with vocal. Let's send that over. Where is Momo? Here we go. Send over this stuff. I don't know, I'm feeling a little tired, like I said. I might make a little break either, or yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I just make a quick little break and come back for more. I will check it out. I will check it out. Okay, please don't forget the beat. Okay, so am I done for today? Probably from the mixing, yes. Since I'm getting a little tired, I might just get a little break to refresh my ears and then come back with new ears, maybe make some more beats and all that shit. Yeah. So that's it for now. I don't know if Emi comes back. Emi said something about wanting his stuff to get mixed. Emi, if you still hear this, if you come back to the stream later, I will obviously still mix yours, since you are also like a day one fan. Obviously, if you want me to mix your stuff, I will do it. For now, I am done. We did what we could today, and I will come back later to a beat stream probably. I still want to make some beats, but for the mixing, I'm done now. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, one last thing. And for myself, I have this new song called Next. Check it out. It's a very good song. I be blending a lot of genres, so here I be fucking mixing black metal together with underground rap. Check it out. I will actually pin this. I'll actually pin this comment from Momo. It's so cool. Alright, so guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Momo, Burst, check your emails. You got some inbox from me. See you guys soon, in probably an hour or so. We're just gonna have a little break here. Goodbye.